Hey guys, this is Seth from the Mass Store Knife Shop. Today we're going to feature a knife from Naylor Forge, a local knife maker by Ashton Naylor. Get our knife out here. As mentioned, his name is Ashton Naylor. He's a veteran. He's 32 years of service, Green Beret, 25 years in the Special Forces. And these knives are made about 15 minutes from the knife shop here in Valley Crucis. He's out of Boone, North Carolina. Put that right there. Now, we feature lots of knives from Ashton. This one is called the Honey Badger. This is the one we're going to go over. We also have the Trapper, the Woodsman, several others. And we do have other videos on this brand you can check out. Now, first, let's check out the Honey Badger. You can see the size of it, not very big. You can see the Naylor Forge symbol right there. And also, as mentioned, he was a Green Beret. So you can see the Special Forces symbol right there and all of his blades. That's very important. And one thing to mention, these knives are truly forged with an anvil and a hammer. He doesn't just do stock removal, he hammers it out with about 1.5 inch round stock. And it's 52-100 aviation ball bearing steel. And we'll get to the specs on that in a little while. Well, let's talk about the Honey Badger in particular. Now, if you all know what a honey badger is, like the actual animal, it's a pretty small but extremely aggressive animal. It's not afraid of anything. And that's kind of why Ashton designed this one, because it's small, but there's nothing you cannot do with it. It's extremely tough. One, for the type of steel he's using. And you got the good finger guards. You don't have to be afraid your finger's going to slip if you're doing something aggressive. Good for skinning. That's kind of the style he did with his skinning, dressing an animal. But you can also carve with it. It could be an EDC if you wanted to cut a cardboard box if you had to. You can hold it right there for skinning. You can use your finger to index that tip really well. See how you can really control it. You can grip up on that finger guard and push down and carve with it, chop with it. You can also even baton with it if you had to, something very small. You could hit that into a piece of wood. So there's several ways to hold this knife, even more tactical grip if you had to penetrate something. But going back to the Honey Badger, there's not anything you can't do with it. It's just an extremely aggressive little knife. And even a honey badger goes into a beehive, gets honey, gets stung 50 times, doesn't phase it a bit. So even Ashton told me that's why he named it the Honey Badger. And let's talk about the sheath here. You can see the cool little Honey Badger feature on there. It even says Honey Badger. So Ashton does that with all of his sheets. He does the symbol, whether it's a trapper, the woodsman, the bushcrafter Bowie. He takes time to do that little symbol. And this is made from a high quality bridle leather or saddle leather. It's higher quality than some leather. That's why he chooses that. And they're also made to fit pretty low in there. See how low that sits? So that way it's not going to fall out if you're going down the trail, hiking, camping, hunting. And he also leaves the leather on there to help pull it out if needed. So I love the way that sits down in those. It's not going anywhere, very secure. And it has a traditional belt loop for wearing traditional style. And as mentioned, this is a 52-100 steel. And he also does you can kind of see it. You can see the discoloration of the very edge. It's hard to see sometimes. But he does a differential heat treat on the very edge of the knife to make it harder here, a little bit softer on the spine. And that helps with edge retention, cutting. Somewhat helps it flex in a sense, like for like a samurai sword. But he does that intentionally, and you can barely see the discoloration. So let's get started with the specs here. Let me get the sheath out of the way. Now, the overall length here is 6 1/4 from the edge. Now, can change with every single knife because these are handmade, so there's no two exactly alike. But in general, 6 1/4, 6.5. Let's look at the edge here. Blade length is 3 inches, right at 3 inches. So that's a good size. You can skin with it, but it's not so big that it's not easy to get into cavities or whatever you're dressing and skinning. And we'll talk about the steel now. Let me get my steel chart. All right, we mentioned this is 52-100 on edge retention. It falls right about here. Not terrible, but it's easy enough to sharpen. It's not so hard you can't get a quick edge on it. Now, when you go over to toughness, it is ranked extremely high on toughness. It's extremely hard to break or chip that steel. And when you go to stainless properties, it is not crazy high. So that's why it's important to keep that oiled, clean. If you dress a deer with it or anything, just keep it clean, wipe it off, oil it. And we also have the same one in the burlap micarta, same knife, but it's a tougher material. This is the maple. It's prettier. I'll give you that much. No two alike. You can see the character on that one. And then you have burlap micarta, which is indestructible. You can't break it, chip it. So I do like them both. We tend to sell more the maple for the pretty factor, but that is your choice. They're same knife. And also you can really see the differential heat treat on that edge right there. So that's the hand forged look. After he quenches it, he's done with it, wipes it off. And there's no polishing or making it look pretty in this case. And these retail for $229.99 in the knife shop. You can get them online or in the store. And so I think that will wrap it up on the Naylor Forge Honey Badger. I hope you found this information helpful. And before you go, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content. And also remember, the specs and pricing and links to purchase are in the description. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.